Last season, they made the finals for the first time in club history. In 2023, Adelaide United are desperate to prove they are more than a one-season wonder. But after 5 matches without a victory, the Reds have slipped to 6th place and the deficit to the top 4 has stretched to 5 points. So when you're trying to find form, the challenge probably doesn't get much tougher than a trip to Melbourne to face second-place City, especially with Hannah Wilkinson now in goal-scoring form. But City, they did suffer a setback this week. Melissa Barbieri injuring her calf, so she misses out on reaching 100 matches in the Liberty A-League today. Sally James returns for the first time in 3 matches between the sticks. The other changes from City's 1-0 win over Wanderers are Letitia McKenna and Briley Henry back in the starting side, with Ross Backen and Garlich dropping to the bench. Leah Davidson makes her 50th A-League women's appearance. Adelaide gave up a 1-goal lead to lose 2-1 to Melbourne Victory last week, and Adrian Stenter has made just the one change from that side. Zhao Yuyi is out of the matchday squad altogether. The Chinese international replaced by Dylan Holmes, who takes her place back in the starting side after missing last week. Last season's Julie Dolan medal winner Fiona Wirtz scored her first goal of the campaign against Victory and will be keen to continue that goal-scoring form and get Adelaide rising up the table. Well, Dario Vidicic, she has some strong connections to Adelaide. Former Adelaide United player in the Isuzu Ute A-League. He's looking to plot another win against the Reds this season after that 3-0 win earlier this month. A vastly experienced referee in charge today. Lara Lee, her 81st Liberty A-League appointment for the Queenslander who took charge of last season's grand final. And a tough assignment ahead again of the Liberty A-League's reigning coach of the year as he looks to solve the Reds' problems in front of goal. Their last 2 goals have come from set pieces, and just 2 in the last 5. Emma Checker will be looking to keep the Reds at bay once again. The born and bred South Australian, who is the captain now of Melbourne City. She played 42 matches for her hometown club in 2 stints, from her debut in 2011 to 2013 and from 2017 to 2019. Also has played 8 matches for the national team. And speaking of former Matildas, Dylan Holmes returning to the starting side after missing out last week in that clash with Melbourne Victory. A very important addition in midfield. Now, wonderful to have the company today of young Matildas boss Leah Blaney. Leah, Melbourne City just looking to keep rolling as they've done throughout the season. Couple of blips, but for Adelaide, there's a massive hole that they're in and they need to get themselves out of it.
Yes, but an important game for both sides tonight. City want to stay in touch with Sydney FC, and we know that Adelaide United are looking to turn around the run of bad form they've had in front of goal recently.
Yeah, it's quite staggering. After last season, they scored an average of just over 2 goals a game. This season, the worst attack in the league, 7 in 10. Compare that to Melbourne City, who have been rocking and rolling in front of goal, scoring a truckload. But the big but for City is that they have dried up since Cote Rojas went over to join the Chile national team. And there's Melissa Barbieri. She's not playing today, and it's really unfortunate with that calf injury. She won't get her 100th Liberty A-League appearance, but she is still pumping up her side, getting the crowd involved in the City chant, and that is why she is such a crucial part of this team, Leah.
She certainly is. Her leadership on and off the field, you can see it visibly there. She's passionate, she loves Melbourne City, and she's going to contribute as much as she can to this game that she's capable of.
So we're underway at Amy Park, a little bit delayed after that horrible injury in the A-League men's match a little bit earlier, and we wish one day a speedy recovery And this Liberty A-League match where Adelaide just need to arrest this poor run of form and arrest their goal-scoring woes. How do they solve that conundrum, Leah?
I think they just need to be clinical. They've created some good chances. It's not like they're not making entries into that penalty box area, Ben. It's having a little bit more composure. It's players like Fiona Wirtz and Chelsea Dorber, as well as Amelia Murray, just getting on the goal sheet, and finding that form.
Well, Amelia Murray is on the ball here. And has she won an early corner? She has. Scored, of course, in round 1 against Sydney, that late winner. Just the one for her, the one for Fiona Wirtz last week against Victory. Of course, the golden boot last season in this competition. And then Chelsea Dorber, their leading scorer, who dinked that pass in behind for Murray. Amelia Murray. And now Barbieri, who set up Adelaide's opener last week from the set piece against Melbourne Victory. But they want more goals from open play. Of course, they'll take the set piece goals. Very important part of the game, but I want to get flowing in normal play. That last goal from open play was against Wellington back in December, and that was an own goal. But he'll be happy with how his side started today, Adrian Stenter. Dorber and Sasaki gives it up, and now Briley Henry trying to take advantage with her speed. Has Wilkinson up top. Just didn't have the options presenting for her. Floated forward towards Caitlin Torpey. She got herself in such a great position, and the shot let her down.
She did, and that's an excellent ball by Letitia McKenna. She's got a really good passing range, this kid. It's well weighted. Torpey's just on her non-dominant foot there, and she actually needs to get up and over and attempt a pivot volley there.
Chinamar told she has plenty of time, and she's able to pick out Wilkinson. As I mentioned in the pre-game, has scored in back-to-back matches. She's only 1 goal away now from equalising with Jess Fishlock as Melbourne City's all-time top goal scorer, as Dylan Holmes bursts free. Is this the moment for Adelaide United as Dorber on the right boot? And that's a good grab from Sally James, returning to the side for the first time in 3 matches.
And that's a great forward run by Dorber. She takes her touch well. Potentially she looks to go 1v1 in that moment with Checker, but I can also see why she's looking to shoot.
Torpey had to get that pass away quickly, and Henry just probably a lazy offside there. Gifting a free kick here to the Reds. City, as you'd probably expect, dominating possession so far in this match, but not by as much as they were early on against the Reds when they met in January. 55-45 those stats in favour of City. But I remember back in Adelaide a couple of weeks ago, the Reds could barely get their foot on the ball in the first 20 minutes or so.
And that's going to be the turning point for this City side to become a truly dominant group week in, week out. It's the possession being held in the front third. So you can hold possession in the middle and back third, and that's great. But at the end of the day, you actually want it to be effective in the front third, creating goal-scoring chances.
That's the bingo word, isn't it? Effective possession. Haywood didn't know a whole lot about it, but broke down that Melbourne City attack well, the original one. They've revived it here through McKenna, and now Davidson. Slipping in Grosso. Chance to cross here. And she tries to go for goal off the crossbar. Well, what a way that would have been for Julie Grosso to score her first in the Liberty A-League.
And that's a fantastic effort by Grosso. We know that she's a left-footed player, so to come back in on her right foot and see Annalee Grove slightly off her line, I don't mind the attempt.
Walders nods it away, only as far as Policina, driving it into the breadbasket of Annalee Grove, but Melbourne City are just warming to the task here at Amy Park.
They certainly are, and that's a great little first touch by Policina. She's done well to keep that down. She just needs to redirect it slightly more towards that far post to beat Grove there.
Fiona Wirtz bending it back across. And Holmes stabbing it for Fiona Wirtz. Good opportunity with time, couldn't hit the target.
And that's a clever little touch by Dylan Holmes. In terms of the outside of the football to Wirtz just lacks a little bit of composure there. I think a better decision would be for her to actually drive forward closer towards the goal because it's a tough angle.
This could be something promising for the Reds. Holmes continues the run after the pass to Dorber. Was that the right option though, Leah, to go for goal from outside the box?
I think Holmes is going to say no because she continued to run and was probably in a better position to receive the ball there. Sally James was on her line. She'd covered the goal well. I think passing through might have been more effective for Dorber. In saying that, that's going to go down as a shot on target, but I mentioned this word about being effective in that front third.
I was going to say, do you apply the same rule, effective shots on target versus a shot on target?
I think we have to.
Well, that's the thing. You can strike a dribbler on target from halfway, but it's not going to be quite as damaging, is it? As one from inside the box from close range is Davidson. He's dispossessed Walders. So deadlocked at halftime again, as it was earlier this month when these two sides came face to face in Adelaide. Emma Checker and Kate Bowen, they'll be happy with the clean sheet so far for Melbourne City. Adelaide have been limited to few opportunities. They have created some of their own, Melbourne City, but they too have been unable to break through the red wall at the moment. Melbourne City 0, Adelaide United 0 at halftime. But City, they want to get goal scoring again in this second half and get themselves locked into second spot on the table. We know that's very, very important come finals as they get us underway in this second half. And Leah Blaney, it's almost a battle of Melbourne City, who are almost too patient in that final third, against a Red side who are a little impatient.
Definitely would like to see this Melbourne City side be a little bit more potent in the remaining 45 of this match.
And Fiona Wirtz, this is a great run from Fiona Wirtz. And maybe she could have just had a shot on her own, because the Reds seemed to run away from where she wanted to play the pass. Amelia Murray was there. That was quite bizarre. Almost everyone ran away from the position that Fiona Wirtz wanted them in. Yeah,
look, I think she continues to drive towards that near post and possibly sneaks it in with a left foot there in between near post and Sally James. She didn't have any teammates in that central area.
Wilkinson, little clip forward, past Walders. Wilkinson bearing down on goal, tight angle. And good clearance away by the captain, Hodgson. And that probably one of the best opportunities of the match so far for Melbourne City, bar that Grosso crossbar attempt in the first half.
I think it's a really good opportunity by Melbourne City. Wilkinson does well to step in front of Walters there. There's just not enough weight on that pass. She's used the inside of her foot, and look, I know she was off balance, but if she hits that with her laces, that's going to get there a lot quicker across the face of that 6-yard box.
Wilkinson again, waiting in the middle. Policina too. Rihanna Policina gets a deflection, and it's in for Melbourne City, and it was coming. The pressure was piling on the Reds, and the home team gets the reward, and they lead 1-0.
And that's a fantastic little strike by Policina. She just does enough to wrong foot Sasaki. She's able to turn on a dominant foot and pop that in that near post zone, which Annalee Grove, little she can do in that moment. It's a very well taken goal by Policina.
Well, absolutely impossible for Grove after the deflection off the leg of McCormick, but it was on target, so it's another goal for Policina in City Blue. So Curry onto the field, and Bowler as well. Now look at, well, if we can get another shot of Fiona Wirtz, she looked absolutely filthy leaving the field.
Yeah, look, she possibly may be, but I'm really excited about the energy that Adelaide United have just brought on. These two youngsters have been great additions week in, week out to this Adelaide side, and hopefully they're going to bring that intensity that is needed.
Yeah, and Hannah Wilkinson charging away, has Henry in the middle. She's in two minds, and that probably burnt her in the end. The fact that she wasn't quite sure, am I going to shoot, am I going to cross, and the Reds got back. Fiona Wirtz, dejected, frustrated. The best player in the Liberty A-League last season. 13 goals, just the one so far this season, and taken off just after the hour mark. And Sasha Curry has been a shining light for the Reds. Off the bench, she's been dynamic. Unfortunately for her, unable to win a corner kick there, but 17-year-old could provide some spark as we see this Wilkinson opportunity. And
I think just a little bit indecisive by Wilkinson. If she was going to cut the ball back, it had to be earlier to the oncoming Briley Henry, somewhere around the penalty spot area.
Fed by Murray. All of a sudden, there's a bit of energy there from Curry and Murray. You've got Katie Bowler out there as well. And Curry now making a good run here. Now, there's a free kick going against McCormick, and she's going to be called into the principal's office here. She doesn't want to go. Lara Lee is going to call her over. This is Fiona Wirtz going to the bench. Yeah, not a happy player. Hodgson. Dorber places it in to the path of a couple of Reds, but Sally James was out quickly. Wilkinson driving past Waldus. Torpy. And this ricochet favours Grosso. And a good tip over the bar, was it, from Annalee Grove? Or has Grosso missed everything she has? Oh, she should have at least got that on target.
Yeah, she should have, and it's an excellent save by Grove. And you see Leah Davidson once again involved in breaking up play there.
Galich. And Wilkinson dropping it back to Grosso. Over the head of Carriage, but it falls for Policina. Has the run of Bowen. Also Blissett on the left, and she uses Chelsea Blissett. Looking for the cross. Still not using it yet, and now she feeds Wilkinson. Well, that was the moment on a platter for her to equal Jess Fishlock's City record.
Fantastic opportunity for City. You see the change of speed and the deception by Chelsea Blissett. It's a great delivery. Wilkinson's not going to be happy with that finish.
Grove curled it straight into the path of Carriage, and she's won it back. Caitlin Carriage. Galich in the middle. Carriage goes herself. There were three in the way there. A couple of outfield players and Annalee Grove, and, well, they converged to deny Melbourne City.
And that's the right decision by Caitlin Carriage. The intensity in this young player's press is fantastic, and you can just see the acceleration. I like that she's trying to strike on goal there and doesn't pass it.
Well, haven't they played some ripping matches? Remember the finals, of course. Well, I don't think you need to remember as a Liberty A-League fan. That's just imprinted in your brain forever. What a match that was. Maybe not Melbourne City fans. Sorry to bring that up. Ex-Sydney FC player Leah Blaney is just loving thinking back about that particular fight back from the Sky Blues. So City so close now to extending this winning run against Adelaide United. Just one loss in the previous 9 meetings for Melbourne City against the Reds. And they make it 4 straight wins, Melbourne City, against Adelaide United, and pile more pain on the Reds, who are now 6 matches without a win for the first time since 2020. Dario Vidicic's team consolidates second place on the Liberty A-League table, and the gap for Adelaide to the top 4 remains at 5 points. Full time at Amy Park, Melbourne City 1, Adelaide United 0.